Hello? Test, test. Testing, test, test. Technical difficulties here tonight, guys. Oh my god. That'll happen. Late stream to begin with, technical difficulties. And stuff in real life going on, you know. Holy Jesus. Just one of those nights. Uh-huh. Well, we're going to get into things here, guys. We're probably going to do a quick, very quick YouTube video. And since we just burned another hour of me trying to fucking fix shit, I'm pretty sure OBS is still going to crash here, too. At some point, it's just going to decide it wants to crash. And that's just the way it's going to be, so... Yeah. That's just the way it's going to be. Good, good, good. Hope you guys are all having a wonderful evening, though. Alrighty. Let's see what's going on in the tubes here tonight, guys. As I mentioned before, my stream might crash again here. I guess something weird going on with OBS I still haven't figured out. Happening last night, too. Happened quite a few times last night, actually. Ooh, Project Farm? 15 minutes. I think we can do that. Giant case. Well, I mean, that's lovely. Good, good. Okay. Let's take a look at this guy. And go from there.
Every day, but when it's time to weld,
do you like a good Project Farm?
So the question is, will that $70 welder work just
as
well
upload in the background here too?
$2,000. In the first test, we'll see how well the welders penetrate steel. Then we'll see which one offers the strongest weld. Not all the welders will survive the overload protection test. And big thanks to Joe from Harrisonville, Missouri for helping me test the welders. It's hard to believe you could actually buy a welder for $70. It claims to be an intelligent AC/DC welding machine. It claims to deliver
not from Harbor Freight.
It's internally protected to prevent overheating. Made in China. And the S7 welder is extremely light at only 5.1 pounds. Let's kick off our first test and we'll see how much current each welder produces at 120 volts. To minimize voltage drop, I'm using a 20-foot 12-gauge extension cord. I'll be using a clamp meter to measure the current. While the clamp meter is definitely not the gold standard, it'll provide us a pretty accurate assessment. Let's start off at 100 amps and then we'll test the welders on the highest setting. And the S7 made it to 73.1 peak amps or 27 amps short. Let's dial up the S7 to 201 amps. And the S7 made it to 113.7 amps before dropping back a little. So it came up almost 90 amps short. At an amazing price of only $90 is this Cinder brand. It's a DC inverter arc welder. Cinder claims that it's a professional welding machine manufacturer, up to 200 amps. Adjustable hot start function, which helps to improve the reliability of the arc striking and reduce spatter while welding. A hot start means the welder is delivering a higher amperage output than the selected current during the start of the weld. This helps start an arc without the welding stick becoming stuck. Made in China. And the Cinder weighs 5.2 pounds. And that's a pretty impressive display for a $90 welder. And the Cinder is set on 100 amps. After a couple of seconds, the current reached a peak of 68.2 amps and came up about 32 amps short. And the welder is set to a max of 200
Still not producing what it's supposed to get.
Out of steam at 123.3 amps, or about 10 amps better than the S7. Also, the price of $90, the same price as the Cinder, is this Hone brand. It's a DC inverter welder, up to 140 amps. Uses 110 or 220 volts. It claims to offer advanced, powerful arc force, providing smoother welding and deeper penetration. It claims to have an amazing hot start, which is ideal for 6013, 7018, and 7014 rods. They even threw in a couple of tools. The Hone is very light at 5.56 pounds. Most of the welders claim to offer a hot start, and the Hone delivered a really hot start at 143 amps, and the welder dropped back to around 93 to 105
It actually is
amps,
doing what it's supposed to.
The highest setting on the Hone is 140 amps, and the Hone began at
actually doing what it's supposed to.
And then dropped back to the mid-120s. So the Hone is done by far the best yet. For only $110, Deco claims you can have superpower with their welder. It claims to offer up to 160 amps.
Oh, yeah?
They claim you can use this welder for mild steel, stainless, and cast iron. Made in China. And the Deco is the heaviest yet, but still very light at only 7.2 pounds. On the 100 amp setting, the Deco started off at 87.9 and dropped down to the mid-70s. So not quite as good as the Hone. And the Deco is set to the max setting of 159 amps. And the Deco started off at 132 amps and quickly dropped to around 105 amps, which is the lowest constant output yet. At a price of $129 is this Yes Welder. It's a dual voltage 110-220 hot start portable welding machine. It claims it can deliver up to 205 amps. Ideal performance for most 6010, 6011, 6013.
I'm going to try my hand cam here, guys. I think it should work.
They claim that this welder boosts the current during the starting process to provide easy, quick, and reliable starts. The Yes Welder is made in China. And the Yes Welder is the heaviest.
See if that crashes my OBS.
On the 100 amp setting, the Yes Welder started off.
Yesterday I turned it off and stopped crashing, so.
On the highest setting of 138 amps, the Yes Welder held pretty steady at around 107 amps. At a price of $320 is this titanium brand stick welder, which is sold at Harbor Freight. Uses inverter technology for better arc start. Weighs only 16.5 pounds. Dual voltage 120 and 240 volt.
We'll
up
see.
to 70 amps using 120 volt outlet. Up to 225 amps when using 240 volts. The power cord is 8 feet in length and the grounding electrode holder cables are both 10 feet. Both cables are quick and easy to install and remove. The titanium is made in China. The titanium weighs 16.67 pounds. The numbers closest to the knob indicate the current is at 120 volts. And the titanium is maxed out at 70 amps. It is a hot start welder and it did a great job delivering a hot start at 83.7 amps and then settled to around 74. At an eye-watering price of $2,300 is this Lincoln 210. As I've said many times before, this is not a sponsored channel, and I purchased all the welders. Unlike the previous
I guess
welders,
you really wanted
the
that?
Lincoln 210 is designed for MIG, stick, TIG, and flux core welding. Inside the side panel of the welder is a very helpful reference chart. Once you input the metal thickness into welding rod selection, it'll provide a suggested current range. You can weld up to 3/8" material using MIG. For even thicker materials, you can use 5/32 stick electrodes. It's dual voltage, offering 110 or 220
As I mentioned before, guys, my OBS might crash here tonight. I've been having technical difficulties. This started yesterday. Still haven't figured out what's going on. So
set up to deliver a hot start, and the Lincoln's hot start was at 112 amps. A close look at the welder's display, and the Lincoln is within 1 amp of the.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing if it's going to crash my OBS because it makes it more difficult to.
The Lincoln has a maximum current of 115 amps. I set up the Lincoln to offer a really hot start
to deal with this when I'm playing games. So
147 amps and then dropped down to 115 amps. So the Lincoln is right on target. At 70 amps for the titanium and 100 amps for all the other welders, the Lincoln delivered 100% accuracy at 100 amps. The hone ran a little hot at 105% and titanium 107%. At 120 volts and with the welders dialed all the way up to the maximum setting, the Lincoln delivered 100% accuracy. Titanium's doing
all right.
Was at 107%. Hone finished in third at 91% accuracy. Up next, let's see how the welders perform at 240 volts. We'll start with the Cinder since the S7 does not come with a 240 volt adapter. On the 100 amp setting, the Cinder only made it to 69.2 amps.
So the logic here, guys, the logic is a lot of these welders are made for China. They're made in China, and their electronics are generally tailored for 240 volts. I don't know if this is specifically what he's thinking right now, but these are designed for 240 or 220. The US is not 220, it's 120, 110, depending on how you look at it, 115. Yeah, so it's very possible that it'll deliver much closer to the rated amperage at 240 or 220 because that's actually what you're going to get in China. But as you can see here, it's already not. It's not happening. So
about the same at 240 volts versus 120. At 200
good
amps,
thing to
the
test.
Cinder ran out of steam at 122.5 amps. So unfortunately, the Cinder did not take advantage of the 240 volts. And the Hone is set on 100 amps at 240 volts. Unfortunately, the Hone is running about 35 amps too hot. At the maximum setting of 140 amps, the Hone is in the upper 130s. So pretty accurate on the highest setting. At 240 volts and 100
messed up
amps,
with voltage
the
control there.
Have
you seen cold welders? No. Actually, maybe.
On the highest setting of 160 amps, the Deco had
Not familiar with them, though.
At around 170 amps and dropped to the lower 140s. And the Yes Welder is set to 100 amps, but it came up over 20 amps short in the upper 70s. And the Yes Welder is set to a maximum of 206 amps. And the Yes Welder is making the most current yet at 159.6 amps. Not bad for a $130 welder. Titanium has an analog display.
It's still not accurate. I assume if you actually want a certain amperage, you want that amperage. I don't know how much matters. Like how much is feel versus like a specific number you're aiming for. So it might not even matter, actually.
I did the best I could, and the welder's pretty close at 105 amps. On the maximum setting of 225 amps, the titanium started off at almost 245 amps and then dropped.
We'll see if things crash, guys, so just keep in mind.
So just a little more heat than that.
Before we get too much into things, as I mentioned on Facebook, we will be starting Rift Breaker playthrough. I think it is later today. It said that they keep saying the 29th, but I still don't see anything for like a launch or something like that. So I believe it's this one. Q2 2023. It's still not available. So normally they have it like, set up where it's pre-launch and stuff like that, right? So it's not even available, and there's no actual launch date on Steam yet. So it's supposed to be the 29th, which is later today. Whether or not it happens, I don't know. But we will be playing this tonight if it is available. Because I really like playing Rift Breaker, and it's well worth the money. So we'll also be playing Cities XL, or the new expansion pack Cities, later this year when that's released. I don't know when that's going to be released. Later, maybe fall-ish. We'll also be playing that because I do really enjoy simulation games. And it's been a long time since we've done Cities or SimCity. I used to do SimCity playthroughs every once in a while. make a city and build it up and spend about a week doing that. I haven't done that in a while. Mainly because I enjoy playing other games like RimWorld, Oxygen Not Included, and now Riftbreaker if we actually get a chance, because there's literally no one watching them, and it's just going to be us, so.
And the Lincoln is set up to deliver
Still a fun
a
game.
start at 100 amps. And the Lincoln started the weld at 119 and quickly tapered to 99 to 100 amps. Very impressive. On the highest setting of 175 amps, the Lincoln delivered a great hot start at 206 amps. It quickly tapered and stayed at 173 to 175 amps until I burned through the metal, which caused the current to become erratic. So once again, very consistent performance. For welder current accuracy at 100 amps, the Lincoln came out on top at 100%. Deco finished in second.
Owen's a little hot there.
Titanium third at 107%.
Is it better to have more
setting, the Lincoln is the most
more amperage or less? I guess it means over delivering.
Great job at 99%, and titanium was a little hot at 104.
One looks like a winner here.
For a welder that offers the most current, the titanium came out on top at 233 amps. The Lincoln finished in second at 175, and Yes Welder 159.6 amps. Just to avoid causing confusion, the Lincoln can deliver higher amperage for MIG welding. Let's test the maximum penetration of the welders on 1/4 inch by 4 inch mild steel. We'll run all the welders on maximum power using 1/8 inch 7018. And the S7 started off a little cold, but the welding performance improved after a few seconds. The S7.
This is actually pretty difficult to get a nice shot of this because of the brightness of what he's looking at here. So
It's only making about 113 amps, which is not nearly enough to achieve good penetration. And the weld looks great, but let's take a closer look to see if there's good penetration. Let's first ground off the weld flush with the steel. I'll go ahead and cut away 1 inch of the test coupon so we can take a closer look at the weld. And the S7 welder had 5.84 millimeters of unfinished business.
Nice.
So the total penetration was only about a half
testing
a
method.
millimeter.
Nice.
A big thanks to Joe, who recommended this design for testing the welds. It was a great design that I put together to test the welds. The outer rollers spin freely. Once the test coupon is in place, the plunger will press downward until the weld breaks. And 1/2 millimeter of penetration just isn't enough, and the coupon broke at only 287 pounds. And the Cinder produces more current than the S7, and it's definitely making better penetration. And the Cinder penetrated by 1.09 millimeters, or about twice as deep as the S7. Unfortunately, I made a mistake and applied force to the wrong side of the test piece, so I'll have to throw out the test results. And the Hone delivers a lot more current than the S7 at around 138 amps. And the Hone has the best looking weld yet. The Hone has 4.65 millimeters of unfinished business, which means about 1.7 millimeters of penetration, the best yet. The test piece for the Hone made it to just over 400 pounds before the weld broke. With the Deco, the hot start is pretty good, and it's offering pretty good heat right out of the gate. Definitely a lot more consistent arc than the previous brands. The Deco made a nice looking weld running at about 147 amps. And the Deco has made the best penetration yet at 2.15.
By the way, as far as people being assholes online, I don't think I've seen anyone more critical than welders. If you look at the welding pages, it is literally just other welders just constantly shitting on other welders. It is pretty incredible, to be perfectly honest. If you're on social media, that is.
5 millimeters. And the Deco has done the best so far, making it to 689 pounds before folding over. So the Deco has more than twice the strength compared to the S7. And the Yes Welder did a terrific job at the start of the weld and delivered a very smooth arc pattern. The Yes Welder maintained around 160 amps of current throughout the weld. And for a budget welder, the Yes Welder makes a very nice looking weld. 3.86 millimeters of unfinished business and about 2.49 millimeters of penetration. And the Yes Welder also performed the best on the tester at 830 pounds before the weld broke. And the titanium makes way too much heat for the 1/8 inch 7018 rod, but this is a max penetration test. A very nice and steady arc for the titanium. Definitely too much current for this welding rod, but the penetration is the best.
I've never
so
done
far,
welding.
only needing 2.1 millimeters more for complete penetration. Titanium is done by far the best yet at 2,436 pounds when the weld finally broke. And the Lincoln is delivering very close to 175 amps and is making a very smooth arc pattern. A little cool on the start, but a very nice looking weld overall. The Lincoln doesn't offer as much current as the titanium for arc welding, and it achieved less penetration at 3.94 millimeters. And the Lincoln made it to 1,398 pounds of force when the weld finally broke.
So obviously the Lincoln is designed for very specific, and it actually meets what it says is going to. But is it actually, like overachieving in this test actually works out in the favor of whatever welder is happening? So is that necessarily a bad thing? Like, can you ridicule the welder for delivering what it's supposed to?
Titanium makes the most penetration at 4.25 millimeters, but Lincoln finished in second at 3.94. Yes Welder also performed very well at 2.49 millimeters, and it took 2,436 pounds to break the titanium test piece. Lincoln finished in second at almost 1,400 pounds, and Yes Welder 830. Let's kick off our next test once again using 1/4 inch steel. Both test pieces will have a 30-degree bevel with a 32 of an inch landing butted up tight. This is not a welding test for Joe, but instead a test for the welders. To level the playing field, the welders are going to be limited to 130 amps. With that being said, this is really going to limit the effectiveness of the Deco, Yes Welder, Titanium, and Lincoln. Joe will run a total of 4 passes. He'll start off with a 60-13 rod on the root pass. Then he'll make 3 more passes with 70-18 for fill and cap. He'll brush off the slag between each pass. And the S7 really struggled to maintain the mark on this test, and the welder gave up
he's not even taking
times.
responsibility
Just like
for the
previous
welds.
test, the
He
S7
knows.
doesn't make enough current to achieve good penetration. I've asked Joe to provide technical feedback on each of the welds.
Maybe it's actually Joe.
7 welder starts out kind of cold, slowly warms up. It does run a fairly decent pass.
Unfortunately, the Cinder made a lot of splatter and still did not perform well with penetration on the root pass. And Joe made 3 more passes with the Cinder, but the welder just isn't delivering enough current to make good penetration.
Cinder starting out is a little bit cold. It does run a much better root pass. A little bit of heat fluctuation in it, but not too bad.
The display of the
It
welders is
sounds
going
like
to
they're
vary
announcing a
quite bit. The
race.
goal is to set up the welders to achieve right at 130 amps. And the Hone is making plenty of current and a fairly stable arc to deliver a nice root pass.
Hone, it runs a good root. We burned all the way through, 90% of the test piece. Steady arc, even legs on your weld. Nice concave passes.
And the Deco is definitely an upgrade from the Hone, and it's delivering a fairly stable arc. Definitely
Thanks,
the
Joe.
best root pass of all the brands yet.
Here we got the Deco, pretty good, running a root, almost full penetration, smooth arc, good consistency with the weld.
And the Yes Welder is definitely an upgrade from the Deco with a very smooth and stable arc. However, both the Deco and the Yes Welder did a pretty good job on the root pass.
Pretty good root for the most part. A little bit of inconsistency there. A very nice looking cap.
Thinking maybe
And the Titanium
shaking the
delivers a
camera
very
is what's
smooth
causing
and
the
consistent
disconnect or
arc.
fuck up.
Titanium's root pass looks a little bit better than the Deco and the Yes Welders. It definitely seems like a pretty big upgrade from the Yes Welder.
Titanium, almost full penetration, didn't quite blow through. It started to a little bit here, not all the way. A good consistent weld.
Just like the Deco, Yes Welder, and Titanium, the Lincoln was limited to just 130 amps to level the playing field with the inexpensive welders. Just like the Titanium, the Lincoln delivers a very smooth and consistent arc, and the root pass with the Lincoln looks very nice.
The Lincoln, it ran a good root, didn't quite penetrate all the way. Turn the heat up just a little bit and run just fine of a weld. You got a good steady arc. It's smooth, consistent, no problems with the way this thing runs.
Let's go ahead and grind off the top of the weld so that there's an even surface with each of the test coupons. And the S7 and the Cinder experienced a huge disadvantage since they weren't able to achieve 130 amps of current. And both coupons broke at well under 3,000 pounds of force. As expected, all of the other brands performed very close to the same at around 4,500 pounds of force. Once again, placing a limit of 130 amps really held back the top 4 most expensive welders. However, it did allow for an apples-to-apples comparison and leveled the playing field. It's always a good idea to first remove rust before welding, but let's see how well the welders perform on rusty metal anyway. And the S7 took a lot of effort to get going, and it didn't like the rusty metal. The Cinder took even more effort to start the weld compared to the S7. And the Hone performed by far the best yet and lit up after a couple of bumps. And it was very easy for the Deco to get going and a very stable arc on rusty metal. A couple of extra taps to start
Welding is
the
actually
arc
something
with
that's
the
a
Yes Welder.
pretty handy
Great
skill
job
if
once
you're
it got
fabricating
going.
anything.
Titanium made very easy work of rusty metal, and it
I
delivered
definitely
a
have
very
not went on
smooth
my
and
way
steady arc.
to
A couple of light taps and
weld
the Lincoln is laying
anything,
down a
you know.
weld. It's hard to put a lot of faith in the advertised duty cycles for some of the welders, considering some of them offer very inconsistent results. So let's see if the welders can deliver 5 minutes of welding. We'll go ahead and skip the S7 welder since it's tripping the 20 amp breaker in less than a minute. And everything is going well for the Cinder, and we're working on the second welding rod. And we're about a minute
max
and 42
amperage?
seconds into the test. And the Cinder does not have overload protection and experienced catastrophic failure at a minute and 43 seconds. And the Hone cost about the same amount as the Cinder at around $90, and it lasted more than twice as long before shutting down at 3 minutes and 49 seconds. Unlike the Cinder, the Hone has overload protection and it survived the test. All of the other welders lasted an entire 5 minutes without shutting down or overheating. I tested all the welders for current accuracy, and the results varied quite a bit. And the least expensive welder, the S7, struggled the most. The blue line represents the setting on the welder, and the orange line is the actual current. Unfortunately, the S7's actual current is lower than the display indicates. And the Cinder was a little bit better than the S7, but its actual current is quite a bit lower than the display indicates. And the Hone welder actually didn't do too bad, off by
Wonder
less
how
than
much a
10%.
fan would
And the
cost,
Deco
like, that
isn't
doesn't even
off
have
too
a
far
fan in it.
lower current, but it becomes
Fucking
more
weird stuff they
inaccurate at
chintz on
higher
in China.
settings. Unfortunately, the Yes Welder isn't quite as accurate as the Hone and the Deco throughout
Like,
the
it'd
entire
probably just
range.
completely
And
prevent it.
Titanium's analog dial makes it pretty difficult to achieve precise settings. As you might expect from a very expensive welder, the Lincoln is right on target. So which welder is best? The Lincoln came in first place if one takes everything into account, including the length and quality of the clamps and cables.
Oh, Hone
However,
actually didn't do
Titanium
very
was in a
good.
close second. If we factor out the quality of the clamps and cables, Titanium came in on top with an average finish of 1.3. It's definitely not fair to compare a multi-process welder like the Lincoln on a cost basis, but we did it anyway way to help those trying to decide which way to go. If you plan to buy a very affordable welder, my suggestion is to go ahead and buy a current meter for around $30 to $40. I'll gladly put together a review on MIG welders or multi-process welders if there's enough interest. It's pretty rare for me to discourage people from buying a specific brand, but I would recommend avoiding the Cinder and the S7. In my opinion, the Hone is definitely the way to go if you're looking for a welder for under $100.
Yep.
Finally, please help me by saying thank you to Joe in the comments section.
Thanks, Joe.
Hopefully your kind words will encourage him to help me on the next welder review. All the videos in this channel, including this
Where's
one,
Joe?
were suggested.
He's not in the ending video.
Hope you take
Oh my God, Joe.
Thanks so much for watching.
RP
Please
Joe.
take care and look forward to next time.
Joe's probably related to Project Farm. Thanks, Joe. Nice to see mid-range Harbor Freight welder doing well. They have stepped up their quality. No, it's just completely fucking random. And even if you get something that, like a tool that does well, and you get another batch of the same tool, they aren't necessarily going to perform the same way. Like, they might actually end up worse because it's just like something they chintz on, or they make a new model and they just keep the same name. Cool video. Well, if I ever need a welder, Hone looks like to be the one to get. Not that I need one, but good. Use condom? Wait, what? All right, let's move along, guys. I want to get into some Overwatches here. Let's get into the Reddits. Everything's going on here. Sure did Torb really say fuckers keep coming back? I mean, he said something about splooge and... That volume. What? Okay. Well, I guess we aren't listening to that. Yep. AMD Reddits. So, a couple things going on here. I mentioned before there's like an input delay going on. I think it's coming down to a mouse setting. I'm going to try figuring that out tonight, which is something I want to get into here. Yeah. DVD Reddits. Like I said, mouse static queue size like maybe too low, and it's actually fucking up my my input delay. It's tough to measure. Like I need a input latency measurement tool, and I don't have one. Okay, nothing there. Let's get into Overwatch, guys, and we're gonna do some testing here tonight. I tried to do it this morning, and I ran out of time, so that's when I found out this might be an issue. Morning when I set it lower and it felt like it actually increased input delay. And one of the two things that are happening here is either it's increasing input delay, I am pushing the button and it's taking longer to fire or something that happened in the game, or when I push the button, it's actually taking less time before the game starts to augment whatever is happening, and it feels like there's a disconnect. It can go both directions. I know that sounds weird. Sounds weird, but yeah. Okay. As I mentioned, guys, OBS is having issues here, so my OBS might explode. I'll reconnect when possible. I'm having internet issues too. It's just everything's just stuff and things, so yeah. Stuff and things. Right. Play a game right away. Just to get into things here. Gonna take a couple games before I'll be able to figure out what's going on. It's part of the problem too, is like getting a baseline so you actually have a feel for the game. As I mentioned, I changed my data queue size this morning.
Hitting my shots, you can't touch me. Double up and away. Swish. Double kill.
Move. Really changed anything as far as OBS goes, besides just not having my camera on. Maybe it was overheating? Highly doubt that. There's no way.
Welcome to reality.
Okay. Oh, I found another guy this morning that we got banned. He's on a new account. He kept trying to convince me that... Was it last night? No, I think it was this morning, off stream. Kept trying to convince me that he just made a new account for no reason, named the same thing. Yeah, I guess he just wanted a new account, so it has like 100 hours on it. Didn't even mention it because I pointed out that I thought he was cheating a couple days ago, and he's on a different account at like 2,000 hours. And this morning he was on a different one. Yeah, same name.
You're still hiding.
Trying to be a dick, and then I pointed out his account and he made up a bunch of bullshit story about it.
I've been patient for years. What's a little while longer? Hello. I will not waste this affirmative.
By the way, if you didn't know, you can actually get to the other menus, the other emote menus, by holding left to right click. There's gestures in the game. It's not explained anywhere. They do exist.
Excellent teamwork.
Widow.
Thanks for the assist.
Ha 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 ha. This feels pretty good right now. Okay.
You're outclassed. Enemy here. Thanks for the assist. Dispersing.
Yes. Second.
Thank you.
I went after the Anna. She's too far away though.
I grew tired of fighting. Always more to learn. Repositioning. I see an enemy.
No, she's Just trying to fucking get line of sight on it. Big med here. Right. I don't know why she didn't recall sooner.
Messy, but we got it done. Enemy here. Keep fighting.
Fire extinguisher.
Time for the reckoning.
My teammates all died. I was trying to keep the healers off of them. Whole reason I didn't go out further was because there's a widow back there, guys. So couldn't just go in. I mean, we could have, but it would have had a chance that we would have just got shot. Junker Queen. She wasn't making any sound. Was she just sitting there? Fucking sound in this game is horrible. Just sitting up there. The game cuts out a shitload of sound because it has like 12 channels or some stupid shit. And you miss out on a lot of sounds, and the range is really low too. Got shot through the fucking Rissa. I was trying to line of sight on her. Don't worry.
Returning to battle. On the move.
Price. That didn't break.
Repositioning.
Intentional. Widow is no longer missing. And then she misses.
Oh, I'm gonna shove them in a locker. Enemy here. Increasing altitude.
Go.
Heroes never die.
Huh.
I have power.
Definitely getting focused.
Always more to learn. On the move. The payload has been secured.
Now we have to wait for our teammates to show up. Push her out.
System repair. Taking justice rains from above. Positioning.
Care.
Justice rains from above. I don't stay down. En route. We guide you. We're outnumbered.
Widow's not really missing at all, so.
60 seconds.
Check for squad. Rank 1. Other rank 1. Both the rank 1s are in group together. Is
Up and away.
fucking Tracer sucks dick too. Like she's not recalling when she should.
Time is short.
Let's get the payload going.
Check the grid out
Let's see. There's both the DPS are in squads together. And they're also on endorsement 1 accounts. It means they basically don't play or they have deactivated accounts. We're just gonna skip, we can't help that guy. Yeah, this doesn't miss. No. So we're gonna report Widow. Looks like a targeted aimbot. And we'll take a look at the Tracer. Widow did absolutely jack shit up until we pushed them at P2. And then as you guys saw, we literally just got stuck and they just kept killing us over and over and over again. Not interested in being a groupie, dude. Alright, let's see. About halfway through the match.
No one can hide from my sight. Superb.
No one can stop me! Hello there.
Can't fucking hit shit. Yeah, it's some sort of weird bug. It hasn't been fixed yet. Like, if you guys notice my colors are working right now, they don't always work in replay for some reason. Like, it'll show your accessibility color for one team, but not for the other one. So we'll get, like, 2 versions of blue, which is pretty obnoxious. Doesn't look like it's targeted.
My little insect.
Might be manually toggling.
Stand up straight. Hello, my little insect. Nice one.
Need a lift?
My tyranny continues. My tyranny continues. Oh, that's better. You can hide, but you cannot escape.
What I'm looking for right now, the aim looks relatively normal, despite the fact that she wasn't doing this at the beginning. She's cheating. This is, what I was looking for is pre-aim. She did it on me through the wall, which is okay. Okay, I was coming out of spawn, right? Maybe she timed it, but she just fucking looked at the Widow through the wall on the side. So, yeah, there's nothing there. She wasn't looking at the ledge or anything. She was literally looking at the Widow. So this is probably % miss. And she did jack shit until halfway through the match. And also, like, it looks like she's trying to shoot at other people, like the fucking Orisa just now, and then she shot the Kiriko behind him.
No one can hide from my sight. You should watch where you're going.
Yeah, she's cheating. Actually, that's improvision, isn't it? Never mind, that's improvision. Prior to that, she didn't have improvision, though. Like, if you're a high-level player, the aim actually doesn't even look that bad. So.
Justice reigns from above.
Gotta show me good with that revenge kill. See the Kiriko prior to looking at her.
A perfect world is a perfect prison.
So we're starting to get into like people that actually try to hide the fact that they're cheating. And this looks like one. Kiriko. See the Widow though. She doesn't look exactly, I think the closest thing we have to her looking exactly at people through walls was the Widow on the other side of the building.
Woe is you.
Dunk Queen just ate a missile for the Widow that saved her.
That's better. Cette fois, je ne rigole pas.
Hit the sniper!
Personne n'échappe. 30 seconds.
She wasn't aiming this well at the beginning of the match, mind you. She still misses shots, but then she hits chain headshots and shit. He knows that Kiriko is back there.
Let's take him to the wasteland. No one can hide from my sight.
Okay. We're gonna take a look at the tracer here in a second. As I mentioned, both these guys were grouped together, and they are endorsement 1, which means like inactive accounts or bot accounts. You just have to play the game at all. I don't know, guys. I think I'm going to have to try a different USB port at some point here. I think my hand cam is actually crashing my... crashing my OBS. I don't know why. It was fine. Oh, I should check the... Oh, Jesus Christ. I'd have to unplug shit. That's probably going to make a shit show. I did last night when I unplugged it. I checked the amperage of my, or the voltage transformer that's plugged into my USB. Transformers do go bad, guys. They do. If you have an electrical device and it's malfunctioning, check the voltage on the transformer before you throw it out. It is Sometimes they'll only start failing under load, which really sucks, but other times they'll show bad voltage, and you can change them out. If they fail under load, you can just keep going around. Diamond, but then a GM. $90 games of Diamond. First, let's do the Widowmaker. A rhyme or reason to it. Timestamp. Okay, let's take a look at Tracer now.
Ready for battle.
Both of them, they're both queued together too.
How delightful.
Do your worst.
Parallel linear velocity and acceleration.
Ready to deal some damage. No one can hide from my sight.
Only reason we're looking at this guy is because it felt weird. The game felt weird. She was low on health, but she's on comms with the other guy they're in the group with.
Let's take him to the wasteland.
looks like your aimbot detached when the wrist went behind the wall. Oftentimes what you'll see when people have an aimbot is when it goes behind wall, it obviously detaches, otherwise it looks really fucking weird, but then they don't actually maneuver their cursor to where the person's about to appear from. It's pretty easy to tell when the wrist went behind the wall, she's chasing someone, you just aim at the other side, right? The guy didn't do it. Looks like a min-lock distance though, which we saw with the Kiriko. It's like the only time she isn't actually aiming at the player was with the Kiriko, because she's in close quarters with her. Pretty heavy on the pre-aim.
Restart.
Get the sniper!
Personne n'échappe.
Cursor and she has an aimbot. And there's a tracer. I don't know if that's accurate. It's pretty obvious with that one. People don't sit there and stare at a wall waiting for someone to move or do something. As it turns out, you can't see the guy on the other side of the wall. Unless there's infravision, which occasionally there was, but that was not in that case, so. I have to take a piss, guys. Yeah, for some reason, my hand cam keeps crashing OBS. I don't know why. I think what's going to have to happen is I'm going to have to change the port on my devices, which is going to cause a lot of fuckery, which is why I don't want to do it right now. When I don't have my hand cam on, it works fine. Everything works fine. Why? I don't know. Hmm. One moment, please. A shit ton of my devices. Where the fuck are they? Reading my hub properly? Huh. Okay. Well, I gotta take a piss real quick, and I'm gonna grab water, guys. 1 second. Unfortunately, hand cam is RP for the moment. Actually, I have an extra adapter. Here I was telling you guys about how you should have one around, and I actually have one. I didn't even think about using it. Yeah. Good for me. Good for me, guys. Well, multimeter is showing 5 volts on the old adapter. Try a new adapter, see if that changes anything, or if it still crashes. See, is it just working? Oh my god, nothing disconnected? No way. Everything's just working? It doesn't just work like that. God. So it could be, just because it's reading the right voltage does not mean that it is working properly, because it can fail under load. And it's not easy to actually load test stuff unless you have a special load tester, which I do not. We're load testing by seeing if it solves the problem by plugging in a new adapter. Ah, good. Good. Alright. Oh, that's still a thing. Like, you can leave the roll check and it doesn't actually just cancel your queue for some reason. Well, that was a huge waste of time for one game. Even what I wanted to do with my time. Like there's delay again.
Traveling prepared to attack. Select your hero.
Mer.
In strike from above. Why not fire arrows that explode?
With enough skill and precision, explosives are unnecessary.
You saying I can't aim? I can aim.
And your mom. That's where you came from, Farah. Oh my god. Good evening, Mary.
This looks like the best team in the solar system.
Play Futurama. Good?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing.
Taking to the air.
Escort the payload.
Enemy here.
Still feels like there's a delay. I don't know. Router related?
Over there.
Just sucker from outside the wall?
Taste of poison.
Let's show him some
Yeah,
air
she was looking at her.
Establishing area position.
Dude, look at the fucking range in that. So that's another person that has things glitched out. I don't know if that's intentional or if they're on Wi-Fi, like it's some fucking netcode. But there are definitely Moiras that can like suck you from like 10 or 15% further than normal. That's one of them right there. That's one of them right there. And you can see how far it latches on and off on you. Some sort of weird desync thing or something with netcode. Something's going on there and it's broken. Pretty sure it's people that have really shit pings or desync.
Aerial positioning underway.
I don't think I'm gonna get this. Oh, I did. She won on the ground. Your laser dick. No. But no. Trying to res? What is she doing?
They don't give these suits to just anyone.
I think she was trying to res the diva. Good. OBS doesn't crash. It usually takes about 10 to 20 minutes, though. So we'll see.
Always more to learn. Repositioning.
Dude, that's some unnatural range. Big med.
On the move.
RNG into that. Good.
Aim where they're going.
Good. Good.
Let the Kitsune guide you.
That was a turret. That wasn't her ball. Turret's gone now. I would like to participate and not push the cart. Looks like her teammates are gone. She just ate my concussion missile. Everyone ran away. While I was blowing up turrets.
I don't stay down.
Can do it there.
Justice served. Repositioning.
Is anyone pushing the cart?
I don't think so.
No. I thought I went over the side, guys. I didn't. Good. Good.
Let's show him some air power.
Actually was not doing bad this
Aerial
match.
position.
So that's good. Said things felt disconnected, and now they don't. So I'm not sure what that means. That's not good if it feels good at one point and then not other. Barely the tip.
Returning to battle. Aerial positioning underway.
Sterben nicht.
I see an enemy. En route.
There was a healer here. I guess they all just ran away for some reason. Okay. Just walked out. That's weird. Also, her aim looks janky as fuck, and she looks like she was looking at people through walls. That is a Symmetra. He is accurately shooting at me through pine trees.
Okay, my head's in the game. Repositioning.
Hold on.
Rains from above.
You too? Really? Uh-huh.
Life protects life.
And my E just fucked up. Bong. Bong. Still attaching from further away than normal. Okay. Okay.
Let's show him some air power.
60 seconds.
Leaving aerial position.
Very weird.
Helden sterben nicht.
They outnumber us. Keep it tight.
One is a hard on for me. Not very good though. Like, placement wise, literally just charging in the middle just to try and kill me. Accidentally just locked onto the Junkrat while trying to kill me. This guy's cheating.
Shake it off.
Yep.
Positioning underway.
Bad aimbots will do that. They won't track who you're actually aiming at, and then if someone walks in front of the line of sight with whoever they're aiming at, they'll snap to the player that walks in front. Takes over, basically. Okay. And Symmetra also looks like they're cheating, which was her looking through the wall at me. Good! Well, that's fun. Let's see.
Justice reigns from above.
Extremely bad ult, still got a kill there. And didn't look like he's cheating up until P2. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at the Ashe too. Petra? Actually didn't do super horrible, and it wasn't up until the end there. The enemy killed me, must be cheating? Definitely. Not the particular reason why I thought so, like they were normal. Up until the end. Symmetra wasn't very good at all. She did that weird shit. So like, we've mentioned before, guys, let's see if we can get the part where she just walks out and looks at the wall. Oh, this wasn't the... Was the Symmetra the one that was cheating then? It was the Symmetra that's cheating. This is a different guy at the beginning of the match. Yeah, Symmetra's the one that's cheating.
If I'm still...
This right here. That's what I noticed. It looked like she was coming through the wall and looking at her teammates instead of looking at, like, you know, an angle. Like, right there. But once again, if people are bad, sometimes it looks like they're doing stuff and they just don't know where to look. Like, they don't understand where they're supposed to hold an angle. Like, they'll look over here instead because people are going to emerge from there. Instead, they'll just stare at a wall. Could also be what we're seeing there. Isn't that very good accuracy? And this was a soldier at the beginning of the match. And the soldier, the big giveaway was when he accidentally started fucking tracking the Junkrat despite him trying to kill me. Because the Junkrat walked between his line of sight and me. Which, as I mentioned before, good cheats won't even do that. They'll actually maintain tracking on the last player you shot at. For a certain amount of time, at least. Like, look at this. No, this is,
She's gonna blow!
Who needs healing?
like, he can't see my health bars right now. He's pretty accurately tracking me through the wall. The ceiling.
Justice reigns from above!
Let me fix you up.
Tracking me through the wall again. Then realizes I'm not going to come around the corner and then looks away. Not very good.
They got us outnumbered! They got us outnumbered! Hey, catch!
Your end is within my reach.
I thought it was behind the tree, I wasn't.
They got us outnumbered!
The cart's right here, which adds a lot of conflicting data. Cart and the teammates. If teammates are in front, you know, they can be looking at your teammates, they can be looking at the cart. Like, aim-wise, nothing at all. It's fucking weird, and what I mentioned before is like when he walked outside and it looked like he's looking at our teammates through the wall. And he did it to me twice. Like, gameplay-wise, we didn't even do bad. Like, it's pretty rare for people not to have an aimbot on when they have a wall hack.
30 seconds remaining.
Like, he's trying to aim at the guy through the wall. and directly at him through the wall.
Healing stream connected.
So, but what could actually be here is like if he's grouped with someone else in this lobby. This is why it's important to check groups. If he's grouped with someone else in the lobby, it could be that they swap back and forth between who's cheating, which is the soldier it's his turn to cheat right now, and he still just leaves the wall hack on because he's like, whatever, it doesn't matter, right? Because they're lazy. But this guy isn't very good at not looking where he's supposed to.
Smoke 'em out of there.
Obviously, he knows the Junkrat's up there, so throwing down up there, it makes sense. It's not the dynamite. Like, what the fuck is that? I can't sum this up as the player's just bad and just happens to be looking at random walls and shit anymore. What I think's going on here is this guy toggles with the other guy in the match, or someone else in the match, you don't know who, and this is their match to not be toggled on.
I require assistance.
Knew that the Life Weaver was in the room, so he has no line of sight on this Life Weaver at all, in any way, shape, or form, right? This guy right here, he doesn't have line of sight on him at all. So this guy, we're definitely going to report him. He doesn't have line of sight on either of these guys, as Arya's pointed out. He's looking at the Life Weaver. Now, if you look at the middle here, you're like, okay, whatever. There's obviously going to be a bunch of people here. You can see the laser dick and shit. He is tracking the Life Weaver right now.
I require assistance.
Knows the Life Weaver's in the room.
Blasted. Blasted.
This will just
Aim is absolutely atrocious. Okay, so like we're just gonna report him purely. That wasn't one time. That wasn't just one time. We saw like 4 or 5 instances there of him definitely looking at people through walls. And you can't always just write it off. Oh, he just happens to be looking a direction because people come from it. That was the ash. What is this? Probably like a plat. Can't. Diamond that doesn't miss. Alright, so this guy. Yeah. I just kind of feel bad for that guy. Oh. Like, we shouldn't be playing against that guy at all? But for some reason we are, so... Yeah, like I said, it was fucking weird. What I noticed wasn't that he just brained me off the side of the platform. It was that when we watched the kill cam, we saw him staring at the wall when he's coming up the edge up the stairs. Because, yeah, that's where you're looking when you're trying to maintain an angle or look at really at anything, to be perfectly honest. And he was staring at the wall. And then he did it multiple times. Multiple non... what would you call that? Oh, by the way, my webcam hasn't crashed yet. Maybe my power adapter was bad. Non-prompted wall looking. So there's no missiles. You didn't see my feet or something like that prior. There's no noise because I'm outside noise range. That Life Weaver was pretty clearly staring at that guy through the cart. And he didn't get to see him at any point up until when he saw him come out from the room. But, once again, that's one of those things where you'd have to watch more games to figure it out. And we only got one game, so. Really weird. We'll see, guys.
Strike from above.
Yeah, the knower. I mean, at least people have a term for it now. People never used to have a term for the knower, right? Just someone knowing. That's a big deal, right? That's just knowing. Usually it refers to people that are stream sniping, but in that case, I'm very certain that guy's not stream sniping. That aside, there's also a delay on my stream, so you can't immediately stream snipe me by knowing my exact position. You can tell the difference between wall hacks and stream snipe because there will be a delay. You won't have exact positioning unless you stand still. So when people see exact positioning, you know, almost always be a wall hack. Not that I think anyone's stream sniping me in this game.
3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Pharaoh?
Will not fail. Establishing aerial position.
Yeah, like his aim is fucking silly, right? You're like, why would you report this guy? But he did a couple really fucking weird things. Very, very weird things. So my guess is he trade toggled with someone else in that lobby and he just didn't turn off his wall hack because he was being a dumbass.
Heads up. Excellent team. Enemy over here.
Crazy shit you see in games, guys. It's not the first time we've seen that. That tends to be pretty rare. That being said, we've also seen Winstons. We've seen everything that cheats. Winstons that cheat, Doomfists that put their entire shotgun blast in my brain multiple times. Yeah, and if you guys didn't know, Doomfist shotgun gauntlet can one-shot you if you're at 200 HP. It's just extremely difficult to do. Well, so far, guys. So far,
Aerial positioning underway.
OBS isn't crashing. Like I said, if you guys have a malfunctioning piece of equipment, and check the transformer first. You check the voltage, and you try replacing it with one that you have available. Oh, you didn't get it. Hey, buddy.
Rains from above.
I'm clomping around. Shit. And headshot. Ah, the memer. Does that mean you toggled? Can't wait.
I don't stay down.
Tends to be the assholes, like I mentioned, guys. People that cheat usually fall into one of two groups. Either like they're kind of psychopathic, or they're really, really stupid. Putting aside monetary concerns, there's people that cheat because there's money involved. Obviously. OBS crashed again, guys. Though it wasn't the power adapter. Good?
I'm going in.
Positioning.
Over here.
Up and away.
I'm on it. Thank you.
Thanks for the armor.
Hanzo. Aw, also very accurate. Hit reg miss. Hit reg miss. Hit reg misses are where they shoot you and you can see them shooting you, but the damage doesn't register. And there's 2 of those in there. For some strange reason, it happens a lot if you have shitty internet, you have extremely poor FPS or erratic FPS. And also sometimes cheats cause it, which I think has a lot to do with erratic FPS. Revenge kill. Nope. I actually helped her out because she was line of sighting her healers and didn't know it. This guy, I'm pretty sure, is cheating. More accurate than the McCree is. Stutter. Extremely accurate. To kill me.
Yes.
Yeah. Missed. Maybe missed. Yeah. Might have been another hit reg miss.
Up and away.
Ash is basically 100% accurate right now. Ha! She hit me over the top of the Hanzo. Around the side of the Hanzo. Yeah. Creeping in.
Establishing aerial position. Enemy over here. I see an enemy. Airspace.
Wait, she overextended.
Increasing out enemy.
Yeah.
I'm taking off.
What is that? That is McCree. So McCree basically couldn't do shit after the Ash toggled. The McCree basically did shit. Jesus fucking Christ. So he's probably able to bank the accuracy and trade it off with the Ash. Guy does not miss.
I don't stay down.
Earlier in the matches, the McCree does basically ridiculously okay. No. Good shot challenge. I mean, those guys hit a lot of fucking shots. I don't know what they're talking about. We literally just spent that entire time line of sighting them. Because 1-2, and then you have to duck into cover. 1-2, duck into cover. It's almost like it's exactly timed with them hitting every single one of their shots. Was it me? Was it just me they're shooting at? We didn't really see anything from the Soldier 76. It was mainly the McCree. But it could just be he's being a dick and he's fine. Let's take a look real quick at the Ash. to see if this is a targeted aimbot or if this was everyone. I mean, she was hitting every fucking shot on me. Also, why once again you have to check groups. There.
I'm the last one.
We really need the payload to move.
See how my fucking colors are messed up? Bug report. Bridge misses, line of sight. Line of sight. Bridge miss, headshot. Reg, hit reg, 2-tap.
I'm not ready to ride into the sunset.
Allah till men.
We can't tell, like, it's very difficult to tell who's an enemy and who's, which team's which here because the colors are fucked up. My color technically is teal, I believe, for my teammates. And I'm on their team right now. And none of these guys are red, which is the color for the enemies. Bug report. So it makes it difficult to figure out whether or not people behind the walls are actually,
Payload's just sitting there.
Here, for you.
The payload's just sitting there.
I'm fucking phenomenal at line of sight.
Thank you.
Let's see.
Thank you.
Have I really want? I wish you could slow some on more. Can't see my health bars yet. I am still obscured by the wall. They're looking at me. They can't see the missile fire. Excuse me, a wall hack. So unless they did damage to me recently, they can't see my health bar and they can't see my name. And they were looking exactly at Z height to my position of where I am behind the wall. Even if you have positional audio on in the game, it does not include Z height. So you can't tell where people are as far as height distance goes because there's literally no data. You can't determine height because it doesn't exist. Line of sight behind the cart, kill the Bob. Yeah, it's a good call, even though that wasn't a good angle. It looks like it might just be me. Like, accuracy on other players seems to be relatively normal. He shoots at the Sigma a lot. Yeah, he's cheating. Yeah. Yeah, if that's not completely obvious, this guy's 100% cheating. Oh, what's about to appear? Oh my god, it's a Pharah! Wow-wee! Wow-wee, guys! Yeah, so regardless of even accuracy, this guy's definitely cheating. He has a lot of hit rate misses. There, he didn't look up at my new height. Might be trying to hide things. People aren't completely stupid, and they will try to obscure things so it doesn't look super obvious. No, it could just be there's a lot of shielding going on right now. Shielding, line of sight. I think it's everyone. I don't think it's just a personal aimbot. fuck is that? He's trying to pre-scope? Didn't zone that soldier so he can do anything. And he had to go around and touch. Good. Okay. That's another cheater. I don't know about the soldier. We aren't going to take time to look at it. It was McCree was earlier, and he's just being a dick, so... See what this guy is. Endorsement 1. Out. Flat and gold. That doesn't miss. Good. Alrighty. Oh, I think we played against this guy earlier, didn't we? I think I reported him. Anyways. Yeah, that boss was pretty straightforward. That was pretty straightforward. And then there's the Z height on the side wall. Next game. Yep, you get all different sorts, guys. It's kind of weird because after the McCree stopped dicking on us, then the Ash became insanely accurate. It's like exactly at the same moment. So I'd suspect that they're actually in a squad together, but we didn't check squad. Mainly because people get pretty, like, they get angry when you check for squad. You shouldn't be doing that in FPS, guys. You shouldn't be looking at people's squad information that's private. Or more than that, I actually just feel bad when they join my squad and they leave the game. Because they do that. And it's not super uncommon. Like, I'm not trying to get them to leave the game. But then for some reason they impulsively join group. And then swap teams for some reason. And then they leave the game. They aren't in the game anymore. For whatever reason. Feature, I guess. I don't know what the feature's for. Yeah, I think I'm going to try a different USB port. Could also be my cable's fucked up, too. I don't think so, because my sound would be fucked up. I have all my USB 2 devices. My webcam has to be on USB 3. Especially USB 3 cable with a repeater in it, because 4K requires it for bandwidth. But all my other devices are on USB 2. So my streaming PC is in a different room because it's hot and loud. Turns out you don't need to keep that in the same room you're in.
Now, prepare to attack. Select your hero.
So, not my transformer.
Ooh, I live for this.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack.
Echo.
Capture objective.
Up and away.
Good game. What's going on here? Genji? Genji. There's a med kit back here. Okay. Well, I guess I'll go get a med kit.
On the move. Picked off. Eyes here. Over here.
I guess I can't really tell him there's a med kit there unless someone voice comes. No! There we go. Oh, she still got it off though.
Okay, my head's in the game. En route.
Adaptive circuits engaged.
Need to drop sooner.
Gaining altitude. Fixating on target. Adaptive
Echo is
circuits
insanely fucking OP, unrelated to player in the game that we're in right now. Character itself. She only landed like 2 of the blobs, I think. And it was more than enough time to basically insta-kill me with her laser beam. They already regrouped. Collect the rest of my health. Now their tank's staggered. The Zeno. Good. Free aim. Very sticky aim.
The skies await.
Good. Like I said, Farah is absolutely phenomenal at sussing out cheaters, guys. They can't handle her doing well. And they get angry and then they toggle on. You can't do that with any other character. Same way. No, you're just throwing dynamite on me. Oh, that's great. Okay. All right, Lucio. Ash is more than likely cheating. Like I said, Farah is phenomenal at Baiting cheaters. No other character. Absolutely no other character does that. I was trying to help Reinhardt. What, are we going in now? Alright, Anna.
I don't want to talk about it. They outnumber us. Keep a group up.
Let's get some healing beats going.
On their team. Yeah. Zen.
Increasing altitude. Over there.
Yeah. She's basically just getting allowed to do whatever she wants. No one's shooting at her.
The payload has been secured. We see an enemy.
There definitely needs to be some sort of protocol for killing Zarya. Still think so. Like, wait out first bubble and then everyone attacks at the same time. Finding all our goobers. And all our goobers again. Definitely overcoming and trying to kill me. Damn.
Eyes out.
Up and away.
That was our cheater friend. Alrighty. Good. Bad game. Okay.
Play of the game.
What? They got an additional player, like, right away. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They still have 4 players after P2. Alright, dude. Alright. So... Ash. There you are. What did we get? All things considered, tonight's games aren't super horrible. Good. That's fucking weird though. Like my webcam was working fine. That worked fine for what? I had a hand cam for maybe a month. Now it's all of a sudden just fucking up. That's maybe I need to restart my server. That could be it.
Now arriving at ease.
Strike from above. Increasing altitude.
Team's getting pooped on. I don't know why we gotta leave her. Girl.
Let's take him to the waist.
Hit miss. Hit.
Okay, my head's in the game. On the move.
In tip-top shape.
May have something going on our team right now.
Up and away. Enemy here.
That's gone.
Positioning.
Still gone. There it is.
Increasing altitude.
Something. Other team got pooped on pretty hard. By the Tracer, apparently. Oh, okay. Next game. Oh. Okay. What? What's going on here, guys? That. Silver and plat. Plat. Now a GM. Touch Diamond Master. Yeah. Interesting. I guess they got worse and then got better. Well, we get to see in this game if they're cheating, so. The bait is baited, guys! Good! Good. Oh, lovely. Lovely.
Strike from above.
In the hour, am I doing pretty good?
Still hiding.
Minimal cheaters tonight. Well, actually, not minimal, but.
For years. What's a little while longer?
Ah, found the glitch. Very accurate McCree. I know.
I don't stay down.
I don't know if everyone in this group was from our last game, or if it's just the one guy. I just recognize the game because we just looked at his profile.
Excellent teamwork.
Have a mercy.
Moving the payload. Let's keep it going. Repulsion.
Good.
Making another
Good.
round.
Good.
Get in there, Bob.
Okay. Oh, that's where he went. Brain calculated the geometry of that stairwell apparently pretty well.
Here it comes. Taking off.
Be on guard. Meteor strike.
Okay, my head's in the game. Establishing aerial position.
That is the Tracer from last game, who is a silver / GM.
Devastation. I see one.
Game.
The skies await.
Payload.
Aerial positioning underway.
Our McCree also is very accurate. This.
Always more to learn.
Strike is charging.
Come on, team. Push the payload.
Getting heals. Been there for a while.
Making another approach. Increasing altitude.
Incoming.
I need help. The payload has been hit.
Meteor strike.
The skies await.
Dares confront me.
Repositioning. Enemy over here. Got the payload. Move with me. Justice rains from above. This round goes.
How the fuck do you miss a standing still target, guys? Don't know.
Let's show him some air power.
Cette fois, je ne rigole pas.
Aerial positioning underway.
Fuck off, dude. He's super hyper overextending to try and kill me. Check for group.
Yes. I'm going in.
It's a 2-stack.
Making another
Not the guy
approach.
who was in the last game.
I see
That's
one.
silver
Up
and
and away.
what?
A challenger.
Silver and GM.
Over there.
Suck my dick.
Nanoboost administered. The payload has been secured.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
Lead in Maya.
Watch here.
Increasing altitude. Got the
Tank.
payload. Move with me. Request confirmed.
Okay.
On my way. I see one. Yeah.
Red misses. Good.
Always more to learn. They outnumber us. Keep it tight.
Definitely getting focused heavily. Good.
Ultimate is almost ready.
Establishing area position.
Barrier is gone. Challenger.
He was super overextended. Bye.
Rains from above.
I should have been further above the ceiling. I thought I could shoot down and then bad idea. I mentioned before, guys, I swear to fucking God, Pharah's ult does less damage the further away targets are. Holy shit. Uh-huh. So, Widow, questionable at the beginning of the match, and then turned into Potato. And the McCree, also very questionable. We're going to take a look at it here in a second. Okay. Constantly overextended to try and kill me because apparently he is extremely confident in his ability to kill me for some reason.
Ready for battle.
The plot thickens.
Take a peek.
Meteor strike. What is that melody?
Very easy shots. Where I pointed out the pre-aim. There. In slow-mo, it looked like that guy just shot my chest. I guess. Okay. Pre-aim again. A wall looking, not pre-aim. Reaction unknown, which is the Anna when she went around to the other side immediately. Big giveaway there is what he's looking at behind the walls and how he's reacting to the walls. I wasn't even after him. We were after is the McCree.
Not time to fold them yet.
Meteor strike! What is that melody?
Guy in controller? That is not aim assist and a gamepad. Looks like overall he has generally pretty poor reaction time.
Now you see me? Now you don't.
Really underestimating me?
Yep. He's cheating. Unrelated to aim, he's following people behind walls and reacting to what they're doing behind the walls. I mean, they could be making, possibly some of these could be callouts on voice comms. It is very, very rare for people to use voice comms in quick play, let alone count.
Into the iris.
It looks like he's legitimately playing with the gamepad. A lot of horizontal, very linear movement.
A bit early to dust off the boots.
Notice how a lot of his movements just like left, right, up, down. Maybe even a trackball? Trackball has a lot of little squigglies in it though. Missing a lot of shots. Viper overextended, which got him killed because he's an idiot. Aims extremely well for some reason. That's why I walked in the door there behind you. Because I knew he was that far out overextended into our team would literally just wash over him and kill him. based purely on his positioning. Looks like he was following the Zen behind the wall just now. Definitely already going to report him, but it's kind of curious watching that. Didn't hurt him, so he couldn't see his health bar or his name. Health bar, specifically.
I shot.
He's missing a shitload of shots.
No one can hide from my sight.
Generally don't look at this many replays, guys, but tonight's been kind of weird. We got like people that are kind of borderline, like it looks like they might be cheating, and then we look at the replay and they are. But not like I feel confident enough to report them in the first place. There might be a min-lock distance on this. Zen again.
Personne n'échappe à mon regard.
No time to waste.
Sniper, get your head down or lose it. The man on the mission. Stay out of my way.
This guy literally looks like he's playing with a gamepad. And he's waiting for aim assist to do work for him. Like, I would firmly believe this guy's using a gamepad with aim assist. So it could be someone that's disabled or something. I don't know. Its best case scenario is someone that's cheating while being disabled because it feels that they should have aim assist. Okay. Let's see. This guy. No. So if you're on PC and you plug in a gamepad, you don't get aim assist. Not a thing. That I would legitimately believe that guy is playing with a gamepad. Cross-platform. It's kind of weird. Might have bought someone else's account or something. I don't know what's going on there. That definitely looks like someone that is using a gamepad. You can just tell based on when we talk about people using Zims, guys. So when they're cross-platform, obviously they're on console, and you can't use a keyboard and mouse on console unless the game allows you, and then you don't get aim assist. And it's very, very easy to tell. I'm pretty sure you can't even use keyboard and mouse in Overwatch. Maybe you can. No, you can't. So it's not even possible. They should allow that, but they don't. So it's always a gamepad on console. And you can tell immediately when people are using a gamepad because they do very linear movement. It goes like this, this, this. It looks geometric in shape. It'll have abrupt ends. I was going to hack something up there. Abrupt ends, and it's like snaps around. Like it goes like this as they push on the joysticks and move it around. It's very difficult to get like very nuanced movements, especially like if you can imagine drawing a spiral. Something like that is very hard. It'll look something more like where it has jaggy edges to it. Because of the way acceleration works on joysticks, it's very, very difficult to make accurate input, which is why it's an inferior method of input and why there's aim assist on it in the first place. So when people, like, they're aiming and it looks an awful lot like keyboard and mouse, you can tell that it's immediately a Zim. You can almost immediately tell when someone's using a Zim on console based on kill cam. It's like, it only takes like 1 kill cam, 2 kill cams to figure that out. That guy looked like he had a gamepad. Very linear movement where he goes back and forth, maybe a little bit of lateral movement, side-to-side movement, a little bit side-to-side. It did not look very nuanced at all. So, probably a gamepad, and obviously cheating on top of it because the reaction time's poor. Aiming around looks poor in general. So, alright guys, we're going to call things here tonight, guys. We had some technical problems tonight in general, and OBS crashing. I guess my hand cam for some reason is not working functionally for some strange reason. I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. Yeah, so we're gonna call things here tonight, guys. Tomorrow will be more of the OW2s though. We're gonna test some things out as far as like input delay goes, but everything felt pretty good. Obviously getting shit on, but that's unrelated to accuracy. And if someone just walks around the corner and being able to peg you instantly, you're gonna die. So well, not much you can do about it. Not bad for directs, 3-11. That match. Oh, that's where he joined at the end. Yeah. And another cheater match for 220. Direct hits, also cheater match. I think that rematch tonight we had cheaters in 56-26. Also toggled at the end there. Alright. We're gonna give things, we're gonna call things here for tonight, guys. Weird games. Very, very weird games, just in general, but that's the way it goes, guys. Yeah, technical problems. Hopefully they'll be ironed out tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see, guys. But I'm out here for this evening, guys. If you're new to the stream, you enjoyed the bullshit, enjoyed the fun, you enjoyed all the cheating and the replays, lots of replays tonight, make sure to follow up on the top right-hand corner. You stream every day from evening to late night, GMT-6. So 8 to 9 p.m. Central Standard Time to 1 to 2 a.m. Give or take. Depends what's going on in my life, what's happening, etc., etc. Hopefully I can get the hand cam up and running again, but we'll see how it goes, guys. Yeah. Maybe I just have to give it a reboot and it'll fix everything, but I'll do that off stream, obviously, so yeah. Alrighty, guys. I'm out here for this evening, guys. Thanks for watching my stream as always, and I hope you guys have a wonderfully fantastic Sunday night and Monday morning. Have a good day, guys.